And then they'll be like, rah, 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 I'm a werewolf now, rah, rah. I'm Dustin.
I'm Molly.
And this is
Reviews for Humans!
Vampire Diaries. We just watched episode 2 of season 3. And so here's what we have to say about that.
These are the notes we took.
This is the thing that happened.
So it starts out, Damon is somewhat sad about Andy Starr's death.
Sad enough to watch the news. And Elena didn't know she died. And so she's like, she comes in and we've decided that Elena'd all over Damon.
She Elena's on people.
Yeah,
So that's a term that we're going to start using.
It's a new thing. Start using it.
You know, where she's all like, I'm so sorry.
Why did you take the thing? Why did you? So awful. Anyway, so Damon is like, Stefan can't be saved. So Elena leaves to go Elena all over Alaric. And she's like, you need to tell me everything you knew about when you and Damon were chasing Stefan. And so he finally gives in because who wouldn't? And he
shirtless
tells her,
Alaric.
oh yeah, and she knocks on the door and he opens the door and he's all shirtless.
I like that. So back to Stefan and Klaus. They're carrying the werewolf from last week.
His name was Ray.
Ray into a camp of other werewolves, and they've all heard of Klaus. And he's like, oh good, you've heard of me. And Klaus bites all the werewolves, and he wants to create an army of hybrids. And Ray, the werewolf from last week,
wakes up
has
and
a
he
bad
has a bad reaction to change to a vampire.
The eyes, so nasty.
Mrs. Lockwood puts vervain in Tyler's coffee.
Who, as you know, vervained Caroline last week.
Yes. And nothing happens. He's just like, the milk must be bad. Jeremy shows up at work, and Matt is in the back, like at the Mystic Grill, like taking off, putting on his shirt,
his work shirt,
uniform, and he's all like shirtless,
looking really good.
Whatever, Matt.
We love Matt.
And they discuss
So
Slutty
sad.
Vicky a little bit, the ghost of Slutty Vicky. And Jeremy has notes from the internet to tell him how to contact ghosts.
He bings everything.
Yeah.
And Elena convinces Tyler to show her a place where werewolves go to change and enjoy themselves. And then she convinces
Alaric to go with her.
She Elena's Alaric into going to the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, well, you would think that would be a road trip that would take the rest of the episode. No, they're there in the next scene.
Within the day.
Yes.
Within that day. So later, at the grill, Tyler is playing pool badly. You know, these people play pool all the time, and none of them are good at it. And asks Matt if he's seen Caroline. And then Matt offers to help Tyler with the transition. Because he's such a nice guy, because he knows that he's like, Caroline used to help you with that, right? Yeah. And he's like,
Matt. So Tyler says, no, that's okay, I can handle it myself. And so Tyler takes a sip of something, he's like, what is with the coffee tasting like crap today? And he's like, oh, that's the vervain. Most people can't taste it because of the coffee. And he realizes, oh, my mom vervained me this morning. And so he runs away.
And he later confronts his mom about it, and she says that Caroline is a monster and he can't be with her. And he drags her to the old slave chambers and tells her, I'll show you what I am, Mom. And transforms in front of his mama. It's
a very, like, coming out moment, which is appropriate this week, I think.
We liked it.
Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal.
Yeah.
I'm feeling,
really
there we go. We just drew parallels to national world politics to Vampire Diaries. So, Mrs. Lockwood is still going to kill Caroline, and she's talking to her friend, Horner and Glasses from Heroes. Jack Coleman, who's awesome.
He's so cool.
About doing it, and they're like, yeah, let's kill Caroline. Alaric and Elena
magically arrive in the Smoky Mountains.
It is 5.5 hour drive, whatever.
And they discuss the magic of the ring and Wolf's Bane.
And, you know, about why, like, maybe they, you know, all the supplies that they brought with them, and it's you know, whatever they do. When they
then so they're walking in the woods and they're hiking, and then Damon like runs super fast. Vampire runs up and shoves Elena into the river, and he's so awesome.
Yeah, we love
Just being awesome. And Elena's all over the place.
And she's like, oh, why, I will go with you.
Convinces Damon and Alaric to take her with them. in the mountains.
Ray jumps up. Meanwhile, Ray, the werewolf, the new werepire, jumps up and runs out of the camp. And Klaus sends Stefan after him.
And all the werepires are waking up.
Yeah.
And they're all hiking in the mountain. Ray's running off and he attacks Damon and they fight, but everyone helps and they subdue him.
They get him, yeah. They tie him up with chains laced in vervain.
Yeah, and I like the effects on this show. That scene was creepy.
Ray, there's a moment where Ray is like turning into a werewolf and it's really cool looking. So meanwhile, back in Mystic Falls, Jeremy and Matt are discussing whether they should have their seance to bring Slutty Vicky up, and they're in the basement of Matt's house looking at pictures, and Matt gets all sad sacky.
He's a sad sack all over the place.
And he's like, you need to leave, Matt. And so Jeremy does. He leaves.
He just leaves. So then Klaus realizes that all the hybrids are completely useless.
They're wandering around the campsite like zombie junkies.
They suck. They really suck.
They're bleeding from the eyes.
Yeah.
Elena trips as they're running away, and there's a werewolf right there. Oh, it's such a girl horror movie thing to do. And there's a werewolf right there, but Damon leads him away.
By running super duper fast.
And they run away, and so it's Ray, the new werepire, and Damon, and they have a breakdance fight.
The breakdance fighting.
And it's really hard, but Stefan arrives and he kills Ray and saves Damon.
Saves Damon.
And
Elena freaks out, like going to the woods was not her idea.
Yeah, like she's like, why are we here? I don't understand.
Because you thought of Elena.
Bitch.
She loves to almost die all the time. Stefan, no! Alaric and Elena talk about how lost Alaric is because they run and she freaks out and they go back to Alaric's trucks and they're sitting there waiting for Damon to reappear hopefully. And Alaric and Elena talk about how lost Alaric is and how lost they all are, and
it's just
they're basically just horrible. And Alaric decides that he's back in.
Yeah. So he's keeping the eternity ring.
It
saves you from
immortality, whatever.
So Stefan watches them all drive away, and Matt and Jeremy.
Yeah, because Damon comes back.
Right.
Damon
comes back and it's fine. They all get in the car.
And he's kind of freaked out because he saw Stefan. He doesn't want to tell Elena, and he's like, "Just get in the car, Elena."
Whatever. So back in Mystic Falls, Matt shows up at Jeremy's house with half a 6-pack of beer. So they drink beer. They talk about Slutty Vicky some more, and they decide to do the seance, but they don't really need to because Slutty Vicky magically appears. She's very Ghost Whisperer because Matt can't see her, and Vicky tells Jeremy that she can be brought back, and she needs her help to be. Jeremy's help be brought back. So then she breaks a window and vanishes, but immediately Anna reappears and she's like, Jeremy, don't listen to Vicky.
Don't trust Vicky.
And then she disappears, and Jeremy's all confused-faced. And so yeah, that happens.
Stefan brings Ray's body back, heartless body, back to Klaus and tells him that the werepires went rabid. Klaus has a sad face moment.
Because he had to kill all his werepires.
You almost feel bad for Klaus for just a teeny tiny half a second.
Whatever. Back in Mystic Falls, Damon is back in Elena's room.
Of course, well, she comes out like she always does. Like she's like getting ready to take a shower, do something personal, and then like there's somebody always in her room.
So anyway, Damon is like, Stefan can be saved.
He can be saved.
Because even in his darkest moment, he wouldn't let me die.
He can be saved.
Damon's like, why were you so adamant about leaving when it was your idea to go out there? And Elena's like, what are you talking about? I was worried about you. Why do you have to hear me say that I was worried about you? And he's like, because when Stefan comes back, I want you to remember how you felt when he was gone. And they're like inches apart, and it's very sexy.
Jesus.
And, but then Alaric shows back up because he's moving back into the house and ruins the moment. And Alaric, being very smart, goes, you know what you're doing right here? Whatever.
You say it weird. Alaric? Alaric.
Same difference. He's like, you know what you're doing here? And it's like, no, I have no idea. So Tyler turns back into a human, and Mrs. Lockwood has watched the whole night of the werewolfness.
The whole thing.
And she's freaking out. And she's like, oh, I'll get Caroline. I'll save her. And so she tries to call Hormone Glasses. But he's like, no, we're going to kill her anyway. And he hangs up on her. Caroline's in this room tied to a chair.
Creepy, like hostile looking, room.
And so Hormone Glasses walks into the room and Caroline goes,
Daddy?
it's her father.
It's her dad.
it's her Horn Room Glasses is Caroline's gay father.
And no one mentions Bonnie.
Not a minute. They don't mention Bonnie once.
So now it's time
for Scene of the
Week. Tyler, you're my son. Why are we down here? This is so scary. It's moldy.
Shut up, Mom. You just watch. I'll show you what a monster really is.
Tyler, oh.
Rah. I'm a werewolf now. Rah, 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 rah,
I'm scared.
Oh, no, I'm your son again, and I'm naked. Just don't look at my peen.
Oh, poor Tyler. It's okay. I'll take care of Caroline. You're my baby.
Oh, I love you, Mom.
So we hope you enjoyed that.
So,
I'm Molly.
and I'm Dustin.
And this has been Reviews for Humans.
Vampire Diaries.
Rawr, 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 rawr.